My mic was muted. Lord have mercy. Okay. So, yeah, that was my bad. Okay. So, basically what I was saying is I was waiting for this update, starting a little later than I like. I don't have an official time, start time for this, but you can expect a live stream every afternoon / evening, early evening. It's not going to be 8 or 9 at night. It's going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I was waiting for the Samsung update to come through, basically, because we were going to talk about the update. I had fully expected it to be here by now. Checking out all the new features, comparing the screens. I was actually going to install it on one phone and not install it on the other to compare and contrast, but it's nowhere to be found. So if you got the update, please let me know. I would appreciate it, but I don't think it's out because I've done a Google search or multiple Google searches, and there's nothing to be found. So there's no news, nothing. So I had to compile some stories here, a few stories that we can talk about right now. If you were unaware, I have a merchandise store, and I compiled some pretty cool designs. We have hoodies, t-shirts, hats, backpacks, cool designs here, just random stuff, right? So if you're interested, links in the description box below. I try to add new stuff, not, probably on a monthly basis I'll add new designs, but we have t-shirts, hoodies, even sweatpants, all sorts of stuff. I'm sure y'all are familiar with the merchandise connected to YouTube. However, you're still waiting for yours. Yeah, I think that's common, right? I think if there's nothing, absolutely nothing online I could find through some Google searches, I don't think it's released yet. We do have some news, though, in regards to Android updates that we will jump into here shortly. I do have, as far as a drawing, a prize, a giveaway for tonight. Yeah, the hoodies are cool. The hoodies, we have regular hoodies, and we have, I guess, what do you call them? Premium hoodies, right? Sweatshirts, nice t-shirts, cheaper t-shirts, or should I say less expensive t-shirts. Cool stuff here. Just some random. Look, I actually did this with my own font, but it looks so similar to the real thing. I might get asked to take it down, but copyright stuff. But well, I'll take it down if I can show them my Canva and how I created this. If it's anyways, long story short, I created these. So okay, links in the description if you find anything that you like, some random cool stuff. Now, giveaways. I have, let me know if this would interest you. I still have routers left. I have a box, and when I say a box, I mean it's more like a tub of official Google Pixel chargers, right? It's the PD power delivery. What are these, like 20? What do they have them at? 24 watts. It's a quick charge 3.0. It's an official Google charger. I have a box full of them that I can give away. I can give away with the cables, brand new, that I'll get that we can do 2 at a time, right? Because winning one is, I guess it'd be all right, but I'm gonna do them 2 at a time. So looks like we have a decent amount of people in here. If y'all want to, we can run a giveaway. Let's see, what shall we do? Do y'all want a case? I still have Ringke cases. Let me see. Ringke cases, chargers. I got another router left. So let's do a, what do y'all want to do? Another router, chargers, Ringke case? We'll get into it. Let me hit this story real quick because I'm getting off to a late start. We'll do something here in a minute. Hang on. So, does anybody have AT&T? Does anybody have Cricket? If you are unaware by now, it made national news, headline news. At first they said all cell service was out. AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, but not only those, but all of the MVNOs underneath it, right? So Cricket is ran and controlled by AT&T. Metro is run and controlled by T-Mobile. Even Mint Mobile now under T-Mobile. That's what I heard when I woke up this morning. I was like, what the hell? Checked my phone, turned my Wi-Fi off. I'm still getting data. I called my other line. I'm still getting service. I don't know what they're talking about. And eventually, the story of all carrier services down was incorrect. Then it just basically was involving AT&T. Yes, AT&T. Now, they are looking into it, right? As of now, I believe they have all these services back up and running. I believe so. If not 100%, I know it's close to 100%. Let's see. Does it have it on here? I have another article here. Or is it at 100%? I think it's close. Oh, at the moment, just under 4,000. That's what it was. It's close to 100%. It says just under 4,000 AT&T customers are still experiencing issues with their service. So close to being 100%. And it's very interesting as far as, now again, this does include Cricket, right? Any carrier underneath the AT&T umbrella. They did say, the cause of it, they're saying, was from a strong solar flare. Which is pretty interesting. I've heard this happens once in every blue moon. No pun intended. Solar flares obviously put out an enormous amount of radiation that can interfere with our frequencies, especially radio frequencies, any electromagnetic transmissions through the air, stuff like that. Could it be? Sure. Now, then what really piqued my interest is that the Department of Homeland Security is getting involved. And then when I saw that, I was like, wait, hold up, they're what? And then after, you know, doing some more reading, a couple more articles came out. It appears that the Department of Homeland Security wants to make sure that there is no basically interference, man-made interference, meaning like cybersecurity attack, terrorist attack. What else were they thinking of? Or hacking going on, cyber attacks. As you know, I think the most famous one that hit of course, there's tons of stuff that goes under the radar that never makes the news. Happens almost on a monthly basis. But the last biggest Fortune 500 company to get hit by a cybersecurity attack was when North Korea hacked into the Sony studios and basically deleted basically all their files, meaning movies, and they also stole personal information from the Sony employees. I think that was a couple years ago, but we'll see. They haven't said anything yet, but they are definitely looking into it, and we will keep you posted as far as what the findings are. I tend to believe a solar flare. I remember this happening a few years ago, right? But you cannot rule out a cyber attack, right? Because that's where our infrastructure is really, really weak. Is the information, the IT, right? Taking down the internet. Imagine if, okay, so what if there was a cyber security attack and all of our cell service was out, all of the carriers, and not only that, but all the internet was out. People would start losing their mind. Hang on one second, my Instagram feed went down. Maybe Instagram is out. Shit. Ah, well, screw it. We'll just roll on YouTube. I had Instagram and YouTube going, but we'll just run YouTube. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, it's a real possibility that something like this could happen in the future. So they want to look into it. They want to make sure that, you know, they get all the information they can, and that they can try to prevent it in the future if it was a cybersecurity attack. Because a lot of the times, just like detectives, right? They want to go in, find out what happened, how the hackers got in, and then what they can do in the future to prevent it. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully those 4,000 people will get their service up and running. A lot of people that have AT&T Uverse too, that did include Uverse, or do they still have Uverse? If not Uverse, it's one of the other ones. So some people unfortunately had their internet service at home and their cell service knocked out. Daniel says, check out the book series 1 Second After by William Forstchen. It's about an EMP attack that sends us back to the Stone Age. Yeah, that's I'll go back to the stream and write that down and look that up, because this stuff really interests me. So it says, hopefully, like, we should do something about this sun that has turned on us. It's a pretty cool picture, right? That's a really cool picture. That's the actual solar flare. So more than likely that's going to be the cause of it, I'm pretty sure. Because look, if there was no solar flare, let's just take the solar flare out of the situation. If there was no solar flare, there was a cell service down or attack, then yeah, I mean, I think everybody's minds would go directly to a cyber attack, something of the sort. But they actually caught 2 solar flares. There was one pretty intense one, and then I believe the first one was the most intense, and then the second one was almost as intense. Interesting stuff, really cool stuff. So if we hear anything one way or the other, we'll definitely keep everybody up to date on on what the hell's going on. But I'm glad most everybody, 99% of people, got their service back, and it wasn't a across the board outage, right? Or with all the carriers, because that would cause quite a event on, well, I wasn't say online, but just in the news and media, all that good stuff. Okay, so for those of you that have a Pixel, and those of you that have a Samsung, I think that covers the majority of our subscribers and viewers of this channel. I have both here. A little unknown fact is that Google uses as far as updating your software. Speaking of Samsung, this update is not here. Samsung has the traditional update where it'll download the update and then reboot with that into the bootloader with that new firmware loaded up on the same boot. And traditionally, that's how it's been for all Android manufacturers. Google moved to an A/B bootloader, probably, I want to say in 2000. I think it was like the Pixel 5, Pixel 4, so probably 4 or 5 years ago. Here's the deal: you have both. So up until probably a month or two ago, I was still going with Samsung because that A and B update process, theoretically, I remember when they launched it, they said, oh yeah, it's going to make it's going to make everything so seamless, so much faster, so much easier. You don't have to spend as much time with your because with like a Samsung, what's on the old traditional one, boot it up, but you can't use it for 5 minutes until it loads up the update and gets into the system. With Pixel, it's quite different because it has two boots or two boot loaders where it'll download while you're still in your operating system. It'll download the update. Let's say you're on A, because that's what they call them, slot A, slot B. Let's say you're on slot A. It'll download with a Pixel your update to the slot B while you continue to use your phone as normal on slot A. And then once your Pixel says you're good to go, simply restart. That's all you do. You simply restart it. Now, behind the scenes, your phone has downloaded the update to the B slot and has prepared itself in the background. Once your phone says it's ready to restart, that means slot B is ready to roll. So as soon as you restart your phone, you go from using slot A to slot B. So when your phone does restart, it jumps right back into the operating system. As where Samsung has one slot you're out of commission for a few minutes, right? But here's the issue. Even though, as I mentioned, as of probably 2 months ago, I think is when they fixed it, Pixel would still take longer than Samsung to update the device. It would take forever. I can't remember what phone this was. I could ask my wife, but she would remember. But I think it was the Pixel 6 Pro. I swear to you, and I did not leave Wi-Fi. It was at home. It was on a weekend. I think it was a Saturday or Sunday. It took my Pixel, I want to say 6 hours to update. Like I was convinced something was stuck. Something happened. It took forever. Samsung's gotten actually really quick. And for years, I was like, why are they doing this? Samsung is still faster at actually physically loading downloading your update and then loading it into the operating system, and away you go. Now, since Pixel has fixed it, it's pretty quick. It's faster than Samsung now. So I think I did a video on it probably a couple months ago, I believe, where I timed it, and I think it was like, I can't remember. I don't want to say a wrong number, but it was under 10 minutes. I want to say it was 5. I think it was like 5 minutes. It's pretty quick. Samsung, which is not a lot faster than Samsung, but I believe it is a little quicker. I think when I did the video, it was about 1 minute faster. So it's a lot better than it used to be. So yeah, look, whichever one's faster, I prefer. So if the AB thing's running quicker, if the seamless updates are running quicker, I'm rolling with seamless updates. Now, I told you that long story because Google looks like they're going to push for all major manufacturers to incorporate the AB system update. Is that officially what it's called? What is it officially called? Because I just call it AB updates. Is that what they call them here? Let's see. I guess seamless is the official name, but behind the scenes, I remember, because I used to be a Flashaholic, right? So I used to download custom ROMs. I live on XDA developer website, flash ROMs like almost on a daily basis. And or if I'm not flashing a ROM, I was flashing a zip, right, for Wi-Fi or for a screen recorder, some kind of feature that we all have now on our phones without having to root them. I remember when AB came along, it was such a headache because I didn't know what the hell to do, what to flash, what not to flash. But it looks like with Android 15, Google is going to push manufacturers. Well, see, here's the thing. Google can literally overnight or with a flick of a wrist or a snap, flip the switch on AB, or meaning they can basically box out or push out all the manufacturers that are not using a seamless update process, meaning an AB process, AB slot process, because they own Android, right? They supply the code. So now they're going to be nice and, tell them, hey, we're trying to convince Samsung, OnePlus, nothing. We need to really, this is the future. We need to move into this. Look, we got our update. Because the reason why I think it took so long, this is a long time coming, but what took so long is that it wasn't ready. Like AB, there was no point in switching to AB, the seamless updates, if it took 3 times as long as the traditional, right? But now that it appears they have it fixed and it is faster than the traditional way. Yeah, I mean, look, it makes no difference to actually it's better because as soon as your phone restarts, you're back in the operating system, right? So this is just a long time coming. 5 years from now, all manufacturers are going to be on the seamless updates anyways. So I think Google's just saying, look, we're going to implement this. Please prepare yourself. Try not to catch anybody off guard or be assholes about it. But it's just time. It's just time. What do you say? Anyone actually prefer the seamless updates? I'm back and forth, man. Back and forth. Now, I'm not sure if anybody's in the market for a new laptop, but something kind of flew under the radar. Samsung Galaxy Book 4. I used to always want a Galaxy Book. I thought they were the coolest things until I got one. God, was that a mistake. They've had numerous, and I didn't really do my homework. I let my urges get in front of my smart decision making because after the fact, when I had issues, of course, I did my homework, and there's a ton of people with overheating problems. And I did too, stuttering, all the above. And I'm not buying in. I was like, damn, well, I wonder if they fixed it this time, Because I still want one, but I just won't touch one. But until I'm 1000% sure the overheating issue is gone. And I don't know if it is, and we won't know until people get these, right? Now, these took forever to come out. So obviously, I think something behind the scenes was going on with these Galaxy Books, and that's the reason why for the kind of late launch date, right? So the issue with them is they're very thin. Like, that's what makes them badass. They're very thin, they're lightweight, and the very best feature about these Galaxy Books, these laptops, is that the same screen that the same screen that you see here on my Samsung phone is the same screen you get basically when you get a Galaxy Book. It's an AMOLED 2K display. It's freaking gorgeous. It makes using anything else look like you're using a Chromebook from 2010. But I'm not touching one of these, and I just wanted to make sure that if anybody was interested in getting one, please do your homework before you purchase one. Make sure you have a good return policy, because mine didn't start overheating until after the return policy was up, right? And the manufacturer's warranty, it was a freaking nightmare. So I'm not going to get into it, but that's the basis of the story. These are very, very pretty, very thin, very light, pretty quick. Well, I take that back. When they heat up, they get sluggish, they get choppy, and they slow down. So stay away from these until we know for sure that, they can handle everything, because they sure make them look cool, and they'll tell you it does everything. Oh, it's got a new GPU in here. Okay, but what about the cooling, right? It's like with the Pixel, the new Pixel coming out. It's like, are y'all finally gonna get to the cooling? Nobody talks about this stuff on launch date, or I don't know if they're scared to mention it, or maybe if they mention it, it would admit wrongdoing in the past. Like, I don't get it with these companies. I don't know. If I was in charge, that would be my number one thing. We cannot make a product that overheats. Like you think that's a no-brainer, but yeah, well, okay. Another interesting thing here that popped up. We are almost done. We'll do a drawing here in a second. Whoever we got left. So Google Pay. So Google is axing Google Pay. It looks like Google Wallet will take over, as mentioned in this article here, for Google Pay. Now, I've always wondered why I have two separate apps, because you think Google Pay, Google Wallet. Google Pay, Google Wallet, Pay, Wallet. You pay with your wallet, so why are there two apps, right? So that's basically what they're doing. And look, as we've gone over this before, Google is not scared to cut products, to change names, to switch up services. They're probably, if not the most quickest, they got to be right up there as far as companies that just will cut projects, this and that. Of course, they have, they're one of the most profitable companies in the world, so they can they can afford a little more leeway when it comes to cutting projects and wasting a little money here, wasting a little money there. But we all knew that eventually this was going to happen, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to implement their pay system into the wallet. Now, as you know or may not know, more states are starting to approve driver's licenses, right? Digital driver's license. Now, Texas, where I'm at, has not approved that yet. I cannot wait for the day that becomes a reality for us here, because the least amount of things I can have in my wallet, the better. Look, I already keep a thin wallet. Check this out. See how thin that is? I can't stand to have a big old fat wallet in my pocket. Passports will also be included. Of course, that with security and how they scan them, and getting the government computer systems up and running, comparable with the information that has to be scanned from these. I don't know if it's going to be a QR code. I don't know how they're going to barcode something, but eventually they'll roll everything into the wallet app for paying, for driver's licenses, for plane tickets, for passports. Now, how many of y'all remember, I used to love, and this was probably not my favorite feature about my Samsung phone. How many of y'all remember the Samsung phone that had the old school Samsung Pay, with the magnetic. It would read the magnetic strip. Now, Samsung switched to the NFC type of payment system about 2 years ago. Oh, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. I used to love paying. Yo, check this out. So it would work with any POS system. Any. Now with Google Pay that uses NFC, it has to be a certain sensor NFC at the register, and not all registers have them, right? There's a huge supermarket chain here that doesn't take anything. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? I used to go in there and use Samsung Pay. Check this out. You have it in Colorado? Oh, wow. See? It says TSA has no idea how to use it when you try it at the airport here. That's the thing. You know how we're really quick to learn stuff, technology, news, product, services. But there's some people that they can barely use their phone. So you're right. How are they going to scan this and scan that? Or, and I'm sure, you have to be careful about it. Are people going to try to take on an identity or copy a digital license and say they are that person? Look, I get it, but that's Daniels brings up a perfect example of how this thing is going to take forever. I think once we get all 50 states on board, we get all driver's licenses on board, we get all passports on board or state IDs on board, it's probably going to be another 12 years. Honestly, probably 10 years. I guarantee you. It's a long ways away. So, yeah, tap the NFC and get, okay, so the information's via NFC, which makes sense. I mean, that's how the Google Pay is and stuff like that. Do you remember the old Samsung Pay or the magnetic pay? It did not require NFC, did not require any special type of software or anything like that on the merchant side. So I used to be a truck driver. I still have my CDL, but I used to work in the oil fields out here in San Antonio, or in south of San Antonio. I was literally, now this is probably 3 or 4 years ago. I was in the oil field, right? So you can go miles. I used to work the night shift. Miles and miles and miles. And not see, I would work my 12-hour shift and not see one person. I used to love it. Long story short, I went into this convenience store like 3 or 4 in the morning. Literally, it was like something out of a scary movie. Barely had it was a shack in the middle of nowhere. And I'm surprised they were open. But I used my Samsung Pay. I had forgot my wallet in the truck. And I was like, well, shit. I think I had my S10 Plus at the time. And I was like, do y'all take Samsung Pay? And like the TSA person had no idea what that was. And they're like, oh, I don't know. And I said, well, hang on, let me try it. Because I knew it would pick up on the magnetic strip in there, right? When you swipe your card, it's got that magnetic reader, I guess. And boom, worked there in the middle of nowhere. Blew my mind. So I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. And then Samsung went to NFC payments a couple years ago, and it broke my heart. So, MST, is that what it's called? MST was great, especially when the vendor said, yep. I can't tell you how many times they said, I don't know, because you'd ask, do you take mobile pay or can I pay with my phone? Oh, I didn't know you can do that, So one of those types of things. And I got to the point where I didn't even ask, right? When they would tell me the total, I would just, put my phone up there for a second. Boom, it would pay. And I, for whatever reason, have issues with mobile payments. I don't know why. I think there needs to be proper labeling on exactly where the NFC chip is in the POS system. People need to be aware of where their NFC chip is in their phone. It's just too much. Like it's gonna take forever, but Google is gonna shut down It says at the end of the year they're going to shut down Google Pay. So if you're a Google Pay user, and you're sad you got to give it up, well, you're not really giving it up, you're just moving everything to the Wallet app. So if you do not have the Google Wallet app, please download that, and eventually everything will be there. And that's all the stories I got to roll. It is dinner time here, so appreciate everybody joining us. I'll probably do the next giveaway tomorrow. I gotta get inventory everything and see what we got. I know we got a couple routers, but I don't know specifically if it's the Pro or the regular one. But join us tomorrow. I promise you we'll do a giveaway tomorrow. As I mentioned, I got hundreds of the Pixel chargers, literally hundreds. We used to own, or we still do have a business, but Office Warehouse. We would buy in bulk and then sell. And we moved out of there, and now I got a whole bunch of chargers in my garage. So y'all can help me get rid of those. So I gotta run. I do really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. Apologize I was late. Please let me know if you're connected on social media or in a community post, or if you get the update, the Samsung update, February. Please let me know if anybody that's watching gets it, because I want to know when they start pushing it out. So would appreciate it, and hopefully by this time tomorrow everybody will be updated. But the way things are going, we'll see. So thank you very much. I gotta run, and it was a pleasure as always, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Oh, real quick, yes, thank you. I'm gonna do good luck. I've already recorded some. I planned on putting out a good luck review setup. Some of it's pretty intimidating. If you're not familiar with good luck on your Samsung phone, so many options. So I got some recording done today, and I'll finish up tomorrow and upload videos tomorrow. But we'll have good luck reviews coming tomorrow during the day, and then hopefully a February update video as well during the day tomorrow, and then we'll finish up tomorrow with a live stream, and we'll do a big giveaway tomorrow since it's Friday. I might do a couple giveaways, right? We'll do a router for sure, 100% router tomorrow, and then maybe we'll do some Pixel charger giveaways. I mean, look, those are what, 20, 30 bucks. How much are they? $24 brand new, and I'm gonna do 2 at a time. So if you win the charger prize, I'm gonna throw 2 chargers and 2 cables in there for you. So it's like 50 bucks right there. So we can do a couple of those tomorrow as well. So we'll have a big Friday show. So thank you very much. Please everybody stay safe and enjoy your Friday, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Peace.